Okay. So we are reconvening the meeting of the committee, and we are now back on the record. So we have a few housekeeping items that we have to deal with.
Mr. Chair, if I may, as the committee members know, we're responsible to prepare an evaluation for the Director of Internal Audit. We're able to finalize this most recent performance evaluation. With that, I would make a motion to approve the evaluation for Director Houston.
So all in favor of approving the motion as presented by Trevor, say.
I think we need a second.
All right, I'm sorry. All right, second? All right, so all in favor of approving the motion as recommended by Trevor, say aye.
Aye.
All righty, great.
Position terminates on June 30th. Request the Director of Human Resources and recruit candidates for the position of Director of Internal Audit with the process for
Let me second. Second, all right. So all in favor of approving the motion as suggested by Keith, say aye.
Aye.
All righty. Opposed? Anybody? All righty. Third item.
Finally, I am making a motion to ratify the previously offered accommodation for the remote work policy until the next audit committee meeting, provided a daily work log is completed and submitted weekly, and to the delegate the authority necessary to administer all matters related to the accommodation request to Human Resources.
Second, so all righty.
Question, question. So you're ratifying the policy that was created? Is that the question? Is that what's happening?
We're ratifying the amended accommodations that have been provided by HR
Amended accommodations to whom?
to you.
Okay.
The 1 day a week to 2 days a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. What, oh,
No,
okay. All righty. Did we vote on that?
I don't think so.
Okay. So all in favor of approving the motion as recommended by Maltrice, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All righty. Opposed? All right. One other question that I have. You're still doing survey results for all of your audits?
We try.
Okay.
We can't make people respond.
Right, but you send them out for all
We
of your
absolutely
audits?
do.
Okay. Could you start sending the survey results back to the committee, the audit committee? Whatever you get back from the departments, could you send them to the audit committee?
So yes, we can do that on an ongoing basis. However, part of our process is we do provide that, and that should be provided to you when we do our audit report in first quarter. So since it's new, we just started last year trying to get that information, and we didn't do it because I think the quarterly review people, the IIA had done it, so we didn't send out surveys to people. I think this past year was the first year we really put the effort out to get it done. So the plan is to provide you with all of that information as it is consolidated at the first quarter meeting. Oh, they absolutely can. I just wanted to let you know that there was a process already in place in which to provide it to the audit committee. So if you like it, as we get it, we can. But we were providing it to you in a very kind of report manner, if you wanted to do it that way.
Yeah, if you could just, whenever you get them back, just send them to the audit committee. Okay.
Yeah.
So So there's a couple items on the agenda that we did not get to. I want to make sure that we remember to do it the last time. So the quality assessment update, so if you can add that to the last time. I still want to come back to the semi-annual issue tracker discussion and make sure the audit committee members understand. And you talked about it a little bit when you were talking about the audit, the hours in the audit plan. So the discussion of the, so public comment unrelated to the agenda, anybody?
Well, I have public comment related to the agenda. So part of this was my evaluation. I did not get an opportunity to talk to this committee. When will I actually see what that evaluation was? Also, it seems that there is some action that's been taken as a result of that performance appraisal, which I think I have, out of respect, the decency to be able to address this committee in executive session, and I was not given that opportunity. So I would like to get that on the record, that I was not given an opportunity to be able to participate in my evaluation.
The chairman will give you the written evaluation. If you have any response to that, you're more than welcome to, once you've had an opportunity to review it.
I think that's somewhat after the fact, but okay.
We approve the evaluation. It's going to be provided to you. And I presume there is a willingness, if you wish to respond, for us to be receptive to the response. There's been no other action taken with regard to the evaluation other than the approval of that evaluation.
There were other, I will say, you are absolutely correct as a respect to the evaluation. However, there were some of your other motions tangent and were, I think, part information was based upon that evaluation. So
If you're referring to the motion that I made, I'll just respond that had nothing to do with the evaluation. It's just part of the process of reappointment.
actually, that's not the one. I'm talking about the accommodation one.
And that doesn't have any relation to the evaluation either.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I would say the same thing, Monica. None of the three were related whatsoever. So I joined executive session a little late, but the three motions were not related at all
Okay.
with my vote.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, next meeting, hopefully everybody has the next meeting on the agenda. We've been trying to coordinate this a little bit. There's also a 2024 audit meeting schedule. Are these dates final now?
They were, yes, unless an audit committee member changes it. That's my understanding.
Okay. Why do I have find a different date for June 6th. When is the next,
March 28th,
when's the second quarter meeting?
June 6th. June 13th, yeah, it was June 13th was the last one, yeah,
Okay.
June 13th.
Make sure.
Not for that time frame because we have to wait to get the rooms. I just was able to, well, I got the room for the September one, but I wasn't able to get the one for December because it only lets you do 365 days. And so I'll be sending those out later. But I have reserved, actually have reserved the room for September and I have reserved the room for December.
Mr. Chair, on the 12th of December next year is our year-end council meeting again. So same scenario, I would be late. So, unless we wanted to change it to a different day.
We probably should. And then we got enough time to, so let's try to change that meeting date also.
Okay.
So if who's ever gonna do it, if they can just include it when we're trying to schedule the pre-audit meeting.
I'm sorry.
Who's ever handling the scheduling of the pre-audit meeting, just have them add this to the meetings to reschedule. somebody from your staff is supposed to be sending out a survey to the audit committee members.
Oh,
to schedule pre-audit.
the other pre-audit meeting, got it. My mind was on the pre-planning meeting, sorry.
All right, so we're adjourned. I guess that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, we need a motion. Okay. Second. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, same to you.
Going out through the parking pass. Everyone good, parking pass? Good.